So when I saw this video pop up from CNBC earlier, my first thought was shock. It says private companies added 63,000 jobs in February. And at the end of the title, it says January revised to just 11,000 additions. According to this post from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they said that we added 130,000 jobs in January 2026. So we revised down from 130,000 added jobs in January, where everybody was patting each other on the back saying, wow, we're back, the economy's great. And now it's saying they revised it down to less than 10% of what was initially reported in January at 11,000 jobs for the whole country. So on average, you're talking each state added around 200 jobs in January, in the whole month. 11,000 jobs is 8% of what was initially reported. So I was actually going to add a clip of this video to put this in perspective of what this means, but this entire video says nothing about the revisions here. This entire video is actually just about, oh, things are great. We added 63,000 jobs in February. We predicted that it would be like 45,000, according to economists. The Dow Jones consensus estimate was 48,000. It keeps saying everything in the same paragraph, like we're supposed to just skip over how much worse January was than initially thought. So it says companies added a seasonally adjusted 63,000 workers during the month, whereas they thought it would be 48,000. And if you actually read the comments on the videos, on the Reddit posts, on pretty much every piece of media that's actually actively discussing this, everybody's basically confused, and everybody's also expecting this number in February to also be revised down. But surely you can't have the Bureau of Labor Statistics reporting 130,000 and then ADP reporting 11,000. And by the way, in 2025, they kept changing the numbers as well. Only 181,000 jobs were added in 2025 in total, which is a huge reduction from, they say, the previously estimated 584,000, but I think it was actually worse than that. It says the revision for the 12 months ending in March 2025 cut 898,000 jobs in itself, marking the second largest correction in the history of the data, which dates back to 1979. You also have different sources saying different things. So you have the Bureau of Labor Statistics saying 130,000 for January, and then you have ADP saying that it's revised to 11,000 from 22,000 rather than 130,000. So why is there such a huge difference between the Bureau of Labor Statistics and what everybody knows was reported as 130,000 in January to the other source saying 22,000 revised down to 11,000? And now we're having a great February when they said we were having a good January in the first place. We also have a post from the U.S. Department of Labor saying they added 172,000 jobs in the private sector in January alone. What's also funny about this is if you compare the two, ADP covers only private sector jobs. I just showed you that in February 11th, 2026, they had a post saying they added 172,000 in the private sector from the U.S. Department of Labor. ADP is saying we added 22,000, and then they revised it down to 11,000 private sector jobs added in January 2026. Now, they also say BLS report includes both private and government. Then why did this post say 172,000 in the private sector? And are they hiring hundreds of thousands more in the government jobs or farm-related jobs than they are in the private sector? Also, according to 4 different sources, including CME Group, ADP Research, The Street, Seeking Alpha, and Charles Schwab, some legit sources, by the way. It says ADP provides a faster mid-month snapshot of 25 million workers, often showing higher volatility, whereas the BLS produces the official, broader monthly data, with 122,000 plus firms generally considered more accurate by economists. You're telling me that BLS is considered more accurate, but they revised down hundreds of thousands of jobs last year. One is saying we had 6-figure jobs added in January. The other one is saying it was only like 11,000, but then we're supposed to get excited about the numbers in February according to ADP. And apparently economists say that BLS is actually more accurate and ADP is actually more volatile with their results. So how are we supposed to trust any of this, especially after what happened in 2025's revisions?